welcome back to my channel. This is day 2 of my professional development vlog. I'm heading out to the Professional Development Center again. It's August 6th, or sorry, it's August 7th, and about 11 a.m. So today I only have 2 sessions, and they start a lot later. So no early morning wake up for me this morning. I have 2 sessions today. Build a home, not a classroom, which I thought was really interesting. And also classroom management for active learners. So 2 super useful sessions to have. So these are 2 that I was looking forward to in particular, especially the build a home, not a classroom. I really like kind of creating a welcoming environment for my students that's less academic in mood, I would say. I definitely don't line my walls with grammar posters, literature posters. I definitely have a few anchor charts in my room for whatever skill that we're working on. The majority of the classroom decoration is more tapestries and decorations that bring out my color scheme, as well as I have a lot of student work, especially things that are colorful and reflect their individuality. I'm wondering what this first PD session about building a home, not a classroom, is going to go over. If it's more like physical space, or if it's more of like classroom procedures, or how we engage the students into the lesson. So that'll be really interesting. The second PD is classroom management for active learners, and I'm assuming when they say active learners, they're talking about students that are more kinesthetic. They like to get up and move. That's my guess. Classroom management is always something that is good to choose over the summer. I'm excited about that in particular. Currently, I'm brainstorming for school supplies. I'll be posting a video about that, the annual pilgrimage to the Target shopping center. This year, I'm definitely more on a budget than I was last year. I'm going to try to limit my purchases to $100. We actually have a new department chair, and she does a really good job keeping us stocked up with things we need for our classrooms, so like paper and whiteboard markers. So I really can adjust my budget for classroom school supplies. I think what I'm going to be doing this year that's a little bit different, I am going to buy a coffee pot, like a simple Mr. Coffee pot. I think that would really help out my morning routine at work a little bit. I do have coffee at home and I bring it to school, but usually by the time I get to school and I think about drinking my coffee, if I haven't forgotten it in my car in the meantime, it's cold and sad. If I have a Mr. Coffee pot that has a timer on it, which most do, I can set my coffee the day before. This person's trying to go around me on a single lane road. So if I can set my coffee pot, after the school day, the day before, and it'll be ready for me, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee will meet me as I come in the morning, that would be something that would be worth $20, $25 out of my budget to pay for. So, funny story from yesterday that I forgot to include in the vlog. So I teach at a high school in my district, and I think it's a great high school. It's a great medium between kind of, I would say, the richer end of the district and I guess the lower socioeconomic status end of the district. I think it's mostly working and middle class. Pretty diverse school, very large school. Every high school has their own problems, blah, blah, blah. If you're a high school teacher, you understand what I'm talking about, or middle school or elementary even. Well, anyway, I was sitting with a bunch of elementary school teachers at this PD. I'm pretty sure in each of the sessions I was the only high school teacher, which is disappointing. But anyway, I shared what school I was from, all excited, and someone thanked me for my service in a slightly condescending toward my school kind of way, saying like, thank you for doing time, helping these kids that are in need, which was kind of nice, but a little bit patronizing. I feel like I shouldn't be thanked like I served in the military in war. The school is not that bad, but it's always funny when I go to the dentist or I go to the grocery store and someone sees my t-shirt on from my school. They thank me or they go oof, or some kind of sound comes out of their mouth, when my school by far is not the worst school in the district and the students are wonderful. It's just funny, especially people's perceptions of other schools in the district. And of course the one woman, I believe, who said thank you for your service told me she had never stepped foot in the school in the 20 years she's worked for the district, which is funny because she's never even been in our building. Always interesting. PD is always a fun mix of all these different teachers and backgrounds. They live in the county and things like that. My service to this district, state, and country as a high school teacher, which I appreciate the thanks, but no patronism needed. So I just parked at the Professional Development Center and I found a teacher Jeep friend. Thought I would point this out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Day 3 of my PD vlog. I believe it's August 9th. Yes, it's August 9th. This morning I got up a little bit later today. I was having some allergy issues yesterday. I don't know where you guys are from, but here in Maryland it's been really hot and humid, so very muggy. Weather is in the, I would say, early to late 90s. The humidity makes it feel like it's over 100 here. I know in some other states they're experiencing a heat wave also. Recently, if you wanted to take a run outside or walk your dogs or do anything really productive in the outside like yard work, we've been doing it before 9 a.m. in order to minimize the risk of heat related illnesses, especially our dogs. We have 2 Siberian Huskies. They have a lot of energy to expel, but they don't do so well in the heat. So we've been doing a lot of things in the early morning in order to minimize that risk. So today I have 2 PDs to attend. I am there from 8 to 1:30. The PD I'm attending today is about not teaching on Fridays. So it's something, the title is something like We Don't Teach on Fridays. It's basically a PD about flipping the classroom and letting the students take over the responsibility of the work, that you plan the lesson, but then you give the lesson over to the students to complete independently. So we're going to see what that entails. It is a 3-hour session, which makes me think that there's a lot of pre-teaching that goes into this type of concept. You can't just do this on the first week of school, clearly. You have to build up the student's ability to work independently. And this is even from my own experience, that students don't just work independently on their own. A lot of students like to work independently from the start, but they don't know what your expectations are. Second session, like I've mentioned before, is the Google Classroom session that I've kind of avoided taking up until this point due to my lack of technology. We will see how that goes. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. What are the topics of some of the PDs that you've attended this summer or that you're about to attend, or perhaps even some PDs that you have not attended but maybe that you've heard here in the vlog or from other YouTubers. So I would love to hear from you guys what PDs you have or want to attend.